So one of the things that we're seeing happening in education, higher education especially, is we're seeing a beginning of decoupling, in the sense that traditionally universities were the places where research was done, and you came to study at the university because it has a high research profile, and so you studied at the university and then you got your certification at the university. A lot of universities also had their own press where they would produce the books and other print materials, which were then the learning resources, right? Now what we're seeing now is, and this is not new, this is something that people have been talking about for years, the idea of decoupling between the production of educational content, the production or the design and delivery of educational experiences, the aggregation of that into a course, a sort of a curricular framework, and the accreditation at the end. Right? And you see that with these like the idea of ECTS says you can do a course here, but essentially get your degree there, right? The idea of MOOCs as a disruptive force, because now more and more we're seeing universities are trying to look for ways to actually give formal accreditation for MOOCs in one way or another, right? And then when you look at MOOCs, you start thinking, well, actually, this is media production. It's not what we do well as universities. Maybe that's something that should be outsourced or done in collaboration with people who specialize in media production. So like I said, we're seeing this sort of segment breaking up of the monolithic structure of the universities, and that's something I think that's going to happen more and more. The other element that I think is becoming more dominant is on-the-job learning. So that connects very well with the idea of lifelong learning, but you also see again reports of high-tech companies that actually don't care too much about your degree. They want to see kind of a portfolio of work you've done and your reflection around it. And that means, well, maybe the role of higher education universities is not necessarily to train you before you go into the job, but to give you a framework for professional development while on the job or alongside the job. In a way, MBA programs have been doing that for a long time, but it's something I think would probably spread into other areas as well.